Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and today we are on the Raid Shadow Legends test server. Thank you to Plarium, as always, for letting us on. And I am extremely excited to be showcasing Michinaki here in today's video. I just recorded a podcast with the HH Gaming guys, and they were saying that they, like all of the HH team, Hell Hades team, have been really impressed with this champion. I was talking to YST, who is saying that this guy is an absolute beast in Demon Lord Clan Boss as well. So I'm going to be testing him out today, really focusing on the Hydra, right? I feel like, the video is going to be long enough because it's Hydra. It's all good. But I might come back and look at him in Arena and stuff as well. We shall see. He's very cool. He is also part this weekend. He is the 10x champion during a 2x Sacred Shard event. And like I said, I'm expecting him to be really good. So we'll talk about this at the end of the video, I suppose, when I actually have tested him out, because I haven't run him in anything yet. But it might be really good. It might be a great weekend. A lot of people pulling shards anyway. And if you're going for the fusion, you definitely are. If you pull this guy, you might be very happy. We'll find out. Speaking of happy, this guy's, look at this cheeky grin. This is, I was mentioning in my first impressions of these champions when I did the review of the new faction and the new champions, that I don't like him visually. Now, actually, broadly speaking, visually, I think he's really cool. And someone made the point that they think he's actually carrying his own head, which is really gnarly. But the thing it bothers me is the teeth. He's got these white teeth, and it just draws so much attention to his smile. It's like, what is he doing? I look at him, and you know what I see? I just look at his face, and I just imagine just looking over, and it's like this 8-year-old kid with this cheeky smile, and you're like, oh my God, what have they done? What are there bugs in my shoes? What is happening? We have just been pranked. Look at that. Look at that grin. Unbelievable. So yeah, I'm not sure about that aspect, but the rest of him is pretty cool. Let's take a look at his kit, and then let me show you how I've built him out. So starting with his A3 here, doubled degeneracy, 3-turn cooldown, double hitter AoE. All of his damage is based off of defense, and I've heard that he does hit really hard. The first hit removes all buffs from each target. The second hit places a hex debuff for 2 turns. This is fantastic. Really good move. AoE buff strip on a 3-turn cooldown is by itself a solid move. You add in a hex as well, and that's really, really strong. I like this a lot. This has good potential, I think, as well in like Arena and Doom Tower to set up like hex-based nukers, right? Strip off their buffs, put the hex on. This guy does both, so he sets up your hex-based nukers to just explode them, which I think is really cool. Then he comes in with a second AoE on a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, 75%. That bucks to a 100% chance of putting decreased defense for 2 turns, and then also has a 75 bucks to 100% chance of putting decreased attack for 2 turns on enemies under hex. Again, the damage is based on defense, so 2 3-turn cooldown AoEs, me likey a lot. Decreased defense and decreased attack if Hex is out there. That is great. And obviously Hex for Hydra is very strong too. It's going to let us target Head of Mischief when we need to, and it's going to just up our damage a lot by duplicating damage across the different heads. It's very good, especially when you start duplicating damage from a decapitated head, which is boosted. Hex gets really useful. Then his A1 is a 60% chance when booked of placing HP burn for 2 turns, and this combos with the passive Courser of Curses. Whenever an ally attacks an enemy under Hex, this champion has a 50% chance to team up and join the ally's attack. That is just amazing. He joins in with his A1. So basically, he's going to be spreading HP burn pretty darn consistently. He's got 2 AoEs. He's going to be counter-attack or ally attacking all the time. I've got very high hopes, guys, very high hopes. So I've put him in really good gear. I really want to give him a good spin. He's got 38, almost 39,000 HP, 4.6k defense. I've got him very quick at 260 speed, 100% crit rate, 250% crit damage, and 385 accuracy. So basically, I've got him with enough accuracy for Nightmare Hydra. Actually, overkill, because I'm going to run him with Shamrock, at least initially. Hopefully he's going to still hit really hard, and he's very fast, and he should be plenty tanky. I do have him with 1 counter-attack accessory, and I've got him in full perception, trying to crank the speed and accuracy high, right? Which is what we want. So he'd hit harder. He'd hit harder with Savage, and maybe Relentless would be better, but I'm going to try him out with this first. And with the masteries, we have gone War Master, because we're doing Hydra. Of course, it's going to add the most damage. Every counter-attack, or every ally attack, every AoE attack proccing War Master should add up to a lot. A bit of healing from Life Drinker. Then better chance to place the burn with the A1. And then extending the Hex, the decreased defense, the burn, the decreased attack, all that good stuff. he's going to be doing that. So let's dive in. I'm just going to go in, and I think what I want to do is just test him out with the team that I mostly use. So I mostly use this team. This is like my preferred team, and I think it's good for this rotation as well. I think it's rotation 3 on the test server right now. We're kind of random. I want to take him in, and let's see. We're going to swap out Geomancer for this guy, because he's going to bring Burns, the Hex. Let's give it a go, shall we? So we won't start on auto. We're just going to dive in. And let's see what happens. I'm not going to make you watch the whole run, but we'll manual the first part together so we can see what is happening. And like I said, I haven't pre-tested this. It might be a complete failure. Actually, one thing I might have wanted to do is have him slower than Shamrock, because Shamrock does give increased defense. We'll get to see how hard he hits, I guess, before he comes in, and his animation. So double degeneracy. Here we go. Pretty cool. He's got the Hex out there. Fantastic. We'll put on increased defense stuff. Krisk can land the provoke on this head right here, and Ugo can go in with the block buffs on most of them. We didn't get block buffs on this head. That's okay. Oh, he actually counterattacked. I think I missed that. Sorry, my bad. We get the AoE slam. Let's see, will we get a counterattack or an ally attack this time? We'll go in with Husk Slam. Yeah, Course of Cursors. There he goes, and he's A1 the head. No burn yet, sadly, but still not too shabby. Means that we're not going to be able to hit this guy, but that's all right. Now he's going to go in and give us that consistent decrease attack. Oh, that is a cool animation. Good damage. Decrease attack is out. Let's put out the AoE decrease speed. Extend our buffs here. And I think we're looking pretty solid. So does he join in? I don't know if he joins in with counterattacks. That's definitely something to see. We could remove, and I think I will remove the provokes. Let me see here. This doesn't hugely matter. We'll just A1 right here. Will he join in? Oh, I think he will. He's gone again. Man, we just haven't landed any burns. Where are the burns at? That's rubbish. Oh, unfortunately, no burn this time. So that sucks. It's almost maybe worth restarting because we missed the provoke right there. But we'll keep going with it. Again, let's A1 here. See if we can get him to join in. I think part of the gameplay is going to be getting him to join in and spreading the HP burn around like when you're manualing. We just haven't landed it so far. So we'll do his A3. All right, here we go in again. Oh, he doesn't want to join in yet. Let's try to get a burn on this fine fellow. Here we go. Leech would be nice as well. No, he's not joining in. So he's not super duper consistent. But he's coming back around to his turn. We've got increased defense on this time. All right, we can... I wonder, will he strip buffs? I imagine not, but let's get Hex out. So he doesn't strip with a weak hit. That's fairly expected. Oh, he's counterattacked. Lovely. And yeah, we will get a provoke out on this head. Why not? And this guy's going to hit us. Let's just get the hit out of the way early. There we go. We take the hit with Krisk. No problem. We'll try to put block debuffs out again. He will give us a bit of a heal, start topping us back up a little bit. Okay, cool. But he's hit himself with the... so we can live with that. He's hit himself with the Brimstone. Great. So yeah, that's basically how this team is going to work. And again, just targeting these heads with the A1... He's not super consistent, is he, in terms of coming in and landing, doing the ally attack. It's definitely not consistent, but it will add up over time. I think I just saw him. There he goes. He's burned. He's got 2 of them burned right now. Will he join in a 3rd time? Oh, not 3 times in a row. Again, we want to target someone that is not burned. We'll definitely get decreased speed. AoE slam. All right. Good stuff. Yeah, okay, now we can just choose our target. I'll actually smack this head. There we go, burn out. Fantastic. Fantastic, because we're going to be targeting this guy to break that shield. So he'll be hopefully placing burn on him anyway. Though I guess he just hit someone random when we do an AoE, right? Put the shield back on. All right, and we're doing some solid damage. I'm definitely curious to see where we end up when all this is done. Let's see, can we get the burn on here? No. So the ally attack's not super consistent. Get the Hex out. Lovely. I do like an old Hex. We might be slightly low on healing with this squad. We shall see if we are or not. You can just A1. Here he goes. Burn is on. Great. All right, so we are starting to land it. Let's try get him to burn. Nah, no burn there. All right, cool. Cool. Leech out would be really nice to help us start healing up a bit. Yeah, there we go. And we get the heal from Ugo. Ugo's so good for this. We could run other champions too. That would be fine. We could run Archbishop Pinthroy, for example, and this team could work, seeing as we get decreased defense, actually from this guy here. Here we go in. Decreased defense, decreased attack. Krisk can ally protect. Try keep us alive here because this head's about to pop up soon. Nice ally attack right there. Damage is looking good. Right, look, that's basically how this comp works. Let me come back to you in a little bit after we've run this a bit more, and we shall see where we end up. So I'll be right back. Okay, we've actually come to one of the most dangerous parts of the run, guys. He was just eaten. We broke him free, no problem, but he's popped out with no buffs. Nice thing about him as a defensive champion is that he can actually, you know, tank through it reasonably well, right? He's not going to die from a single hit, and that can be a pretty big deal. And we actually do need to get the provoke out. So again, he's going to be going without any ally protect. Want to make sure provoke is on. We'll get decreased speed back on this head. Oh, I'm actually very worried for him as well. He might actually be in danger of dying, though we should hopefully be coming around. The poisons are really doing a lot of damage. We should be coming around to Ugo. We'll throw out the heal just to keep them safe. Lovely. We get the ally protect on. Okay, so things should be stable. Things should be stable. We get the healing and revive on death and all of it. Oh, man. And of course, he's gone in and he's put heal reduction here on Husk. This is not ideal. Let's get the Hex back out. Luckily, we are close to actually killing some of these heads, so that's definitely going to help things. Get block buffs back on. There's a burn. Fantastic. That is what we want to see. We'll try to get a decreased speed on. He's hit this head again. I guess one downside with this team compared to it, Geomancer, the Geomancer is giving us passive damage reduction, and Geo is also try steal that. Thank you. We might actually want to just kill this head to get rid of him. We need to try land the taunt. Oh, we're not going to land it, looks like. That's a bit awkward. Oh, he's been provoked in. Oh, God. Oh, you're so dead. You are so dead. Uh-oh. Unless we kill something good here. But still, it's looking dodgy. Land the provoke. We've got increased speed. Unfortunately, Shamrock does not have his revive on death ready to go. Oh, and Husk is down, down, down. So that's one downside. We are actually triggering quite a bit of extra damage because there's so many burns out. With Geomancer, we don't trigger half as many burns. So that's one downside. I might actually keep this going. Should I keep it going? Will I retry it? Maybe. But yeah, he is with the extra attacks. He does trigger Wrath quite a bit more than we otherwise would. Certainly this is a good showcase so we can see the Hex damage if we can at least get some hits in against this Hex target. You can see this extra damage pop across. See, we smack for 52 and we're getting like 5k ticks everywhere else. It does add up sort of over time, you know? It definitely does add up over time. We could go with the decreased speed. Yeah, I will, because he's about to outrun it, which is bad. Smack this head. 151k there with his A1. Don't know if he had increased defense. We get a bad head spawning in and they get a cleanse. Unfortunate. Right, let's see what we can do. Can we do anything? Can we kill off this head before he saves himself is the question. This run is probably a bust being down Husk at this point. We'll go in with the AoE. We've got the True Fear out and no way to really deal with it. That's why this head spawning in is definitely not the one we want. Definitely not the one we want. Extra turn. Go on with the block debuffs. We got them. And you're good to slam? No, you've got True Fear. Do we take the risk? I think we will take the risk. And it didn't pay off. Feels bad. I wanted to try to one-shot this Head of Wrath before he popped off. Not going to get that option this time. We're going to go for the A3. Again, the True Fear messes it up. We are in a lot of trouble with this team right now. I think this is going to be a rerun. Krisk is barely hanging on, but he's not looking too happy about it. Let's see what we can do. We need to take this head out. Brimstone will help. That's a big hit. He's going to pop off. We're barely still standing. The head is popped. The heal comes through. We're we're living on the edge right now, let me tell you. Right, you know what? We get the provoke out. That's good. Let me run this one out a little bit more, and we'll be back. Well, okay then. So, of course, the classic Hydra. A tiny, tiny bit left on the green bar here, and Decay's come in and put a big shield. And with Husk being down, that's our provoke gone. So unfortunate. I am curious on this initial run how much damage he did. Michinaki. Okay, so obviously we can't count Husk in. He's doing very similar damage here to Royal Guard. It's definitely not bad. That is not bad. We're obviously going to regroup. I'm going to try it again. I mean, he's doing a ton of damage compared to the others. Pretty cool. Okay, you know what? let me see if I can get him into Relentless. I think that would be extra cool. I'll be right back. Okay, no, I had a quick look to see if we could get him in like crit damage, gloves, and Relentless and full crit rate, and still enough accuracy. It's not happening. So we're going to stick with pretty much the same setup. I guess one thing I might try to do is see how fast is Shamrock. Oh, actually not crazy fast. I wonder if there's some way for us to increase his speed. Maybe some glyphs and stuff. I'll be right back. See if we can make Shamrock faster. It'd be pretty cool. All right, we did it. Shamrock is 1 speed faster. Let's go in again. We're actually going to run this on auto this time. Let's get this done. And let's just see how he's going to do on auto. So same sort of thing. We're going to run it back. He goes in. Did he get outrun by Shamrock? I'm not sure. Maybe. I feel like he did. Whoops. I feel like he did. Well, say la vie. I guess maybe I messed something up. It's not that important if I did. Whoops. I wasn't sure about that. He's going in, but yeah, man, I love his abilities here. I think it's really, really cool. And, you know, we are definitely doubling up on decreased defense, like Krisk is bringing us decreased defense, decreased attack, getting decreased defense from Ugo. So we're not seeing like that full utility benefit from our boy here, but it's still pretty damn good. Like, you know, even without that, he's still doing a lot of work, pumping out a lot of damage. We'll see. We need to get a successful run in. That's sort of the problem here. Oh, Krisk actually, that was quite lucky. Rotate around to the provoke. Hey, we'll take that. That is definitely lucky. He's firing off all these A1s at random, getting out some nice burns. Boom, boom. There's the Hex again. Fantastic. Now, we'll see if we can keep Decay locked down. But yeah, right. You know how this run is going. I'm going to let it run out again. And I'll probably take manual control if it's going well. And we'll see where we can end up. Be right back. All right, guys. What we're doing, we switched up the team a bit. Basically, I took out Royal Guard and I put in Godseeker and Neri. Just to give us that healing and the revive to pull us through. And what we're interested to see right now is test number 1, is that when our boy gets eaten, can we still make it through? We are doing this on full auto. Actually looks fine to break him out the first time. And I think one of the good pieces of news, oh, he's definitely getting broken free now. Brimstone can't be removed, so we are all good. One of the interesting things is going to be whenever Husk gets eaten, that would normally be pretty rough. But for us, seeing as we do have Michinaki with the Hex and the burns, he should actually be really good for breaking someone out. Like, especially when Head of Mischief eats you, that can be really nasty. He should make this, hopefully, a lot easier. We'll see if we can get the provoke back on here. It doesn't really matter. We're just letting it go full auto and letting him do what he wants. Oh, there's the provoke. Fantastic. But yeah, seeing as he puts the Hex out, we should be able to target Mischief. And then even though we are a much lower damage comp now because we took out one of our damage dealers, hopefully the Hex can make up for it. I think our damage output is still looking pretty solid. It's still in that 1 key territory, and hopefully the comp should be nice and safe. Other option, I don't have a Duchess, right? I don't have a Sifi, who would be obviously better. We're using Godseeker. Head of Torment might still mess us up. We shall see. We could obviously bring in Rector Drath instead if we wanted. It wouldn't give us the buff extension, but would give us lots of healing and a revive still, and obviously the perfect fail. So if this doesn't work, we'll try Rector Drath. It's the thing all about testing, right? But there we go. The Hex is out once again. Lovely. And yeah, cool. I'm interested to see what his damage is going to be in this one. I do think, though, I'm very confident that he absolutely can be like your main damage dealer. He's really good. Right, I'll be right back. There's the burn again. Be back in a bit. Okay, one thing here. We just decapitated 2 heads at once. But we are at about 12.4 million. Unfortunately, their turn timers were really close to going up. But it's certainly an interesting thing to see. Boom, there he goes in with the attack. Like, how much sort of extra damage can transfer across? It doesn't look like it's going to be that good here. Yeah, because they're going to respawn pretty quick. Oh, and it's the one head we don't want to see. Torment, our nemesis in here. Ugo's popping off the extra turns. But, I mean, that damage coming across with Hex, it does add up a little bit, you know, as we go. It's not too bad. Okay, we want to target this head. Right, I'll be right back again. And just thought I'd pop in. Unfortunately, it wasn't that impressive, but it's always something to watch for. Always something to watch for with Hex. You can end up doing some good damage with a big single target damage dealer, which we don't have here, but something to watch for in the future. Right, let's go. Okay, so we've just come to a really interesting part of the fight where we have been completely bamboozled by Torment, right? And we've got these buffs stolen, which is really bad because this is going to kill Krisk, which we can deal with. The buffs have been blocked, but here we go. We'll see if he can come around to it. Can our boy actually strip this off of Mischief and replace it with Hex? He does have it ready, and no, this was your chance. Oh, here's me without bringing a way to deal with True Fear. That would have been so good to strip this off and replace it. Let's see if we can land the Provoke. Oh, nothing's going our way. Don't miss it because of True Fear. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. And there we go. This guy's been eaten. This is a risk. So yeah, no, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to just A1 here. That's fine in case this guy goes first. You can attempt to, that's probably a mistake. Shouldn't have A1'd here. We don't want to get feared. What we're going to try to do is wait for the cleanse, and then we're going to land the Hex, and we're going to see how that helps us to break him free. We don't have many turns to do it with either, which is definitely kind of spooky. Right, let's extend our buffs, at least get targeted here. Here we go. You can try to hit him. All right. Now here we go. We come in, strip off the buff, which is helpful. He might actually almost die. We get the cleanse. Good. Definitely get decreased speed. Now we've got Hex on. It's only on for one turn because the dude just took a turn. But still, this is going to let us come in and like consistently smack him a couple of times with Godseeker. It's not like crazy, but it's not bad either. We might as well go for the AoE. Bam, we get it. And again, the Hex debuff, dragging stuff across is helping. We'll get out block buffs. Increase defense back on. We don't actually have a ton of single target damage. And now we've lost the capability here. I wonder, actually, maybe we should have let him get his shield on. He might have just refreshed this shield and not fully healed this guy, which would have been kind of funny. Let's go in. We will actually just smack him, try to get the burn on, because he's going to do X double turn, which could be quite helpful. You can attempt to smack. No such luck. But yeah, so it's kind of a cool thing that you can do with him, right? You can attempt. We missed the turn. At least we get a couple of ticks of burn. I don't know if we're going to come around to breaking him out. We might be too lacking the damage and getting a little bit messed over there. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Godseeker. Whew. Comes in clutch. That was super close. That was not pretty. Not pretty at all. There's the Hex back on. It was just a little too late, wasn't it? But anyway, we got through. We survived. Just about survived. But yeah, this is definitely making stuff, well, inconsistent. Here we go. Ugo can come in and smack this head, which is cool. All right. Again, we can just come in and we can smack Mischief, which does actually really good damage. Mischief is a very squishy head. There's the burn. Lovely. We'll attempt to land this. We do for decreased attack. We'll take it. And yeah, you know what? Go for the big slam from Husk. We're getting close to the damage required. It's not going super smoothly, but we are getting there. Let's put out the block buffs. Always a safe option. Always a safe bet. We will land the provoke here. Okay, great. I'm going to put it back on auto now at this point, and we'll be back in a minute. All right, another moment of truth. We've got another champion eaten here. It's actually Ugo, which is not that bad, really. We've got all the damage still alive. We do have Hex on this head for one more turn. The provoke is obviously overlapping. If we weren't on manual, we wouldn't do that. He comes in with the AoE attack, doing pretty good damage. The buffs have been stolen, which is definitely not good. So this will kill Krisk, I think. Didn't kill Krisk, but yeah, we kind of effortlessly break Ugo free right there with how it lined up. I'm really surprised that Krisk has not died. If we take it off auto for a second, we can... Unfortunately, this True Fear is going to mess us up, isn't it? Well, we can land the decreased speed. That's going to be worthwhile. Yeah, you can just A1 here. But this is where being able to steal these buffs off is going to be a pretty big deal, because these are some really, really nasty debuffs. We might as well go for this, I guess. He's True Fearing himself a lot. That's one thing to watch out for with the AoEs. We can't control it. So it looks like the cleanse is going to go off. Unfortunate. We'll just have to pray. It's the 50-50. Will we get the 50-50? Will he resist? He did it. Strips off nearly all the buffs. He did weak hit here, Head of Torment, but that's okay. But that's pretty much a game changer right there. The Hex doesn't land, but we'll take it. Hex did not land, but we will take it. We'll try to provoke this guy. Doesn't work. Okay. Let's try get the Hex on him. Didn't work. Can extend our buffs and heal us a little bit. He's about to get eaten in a second. We don't need to hit this head. It's about to fall off. See if we can get some burns up before he goes. Doesn't look like it yet. Go in, get the decreased defense out there. Won't complain about that. This guy's probably going to start stealing some fairly nasty stuff now because Krisk is really out of the picture at the moment. He's stolen stuff off of him. We'll get a bit of a heal. Okay. Just keep smacking this head. It's going to be close. I feel like this is going to be pretty close in terms of getting this done. We shall see. We'll definitely try to remove the reflect damage. We don't want to deal with that. Oh, he's been eaten. So this is bad. Now, luckily, the Husk Slam comes in. It hits hard. And we don't have the Hex out, though, which is definitely nasty. We'll get the block buffs out. But now it's rolling the dice, right? We've got no way to target this guy directly because Michinaki's down. So this might be the end of us, to be honest. It's pretty bad. That's a lot of damage to get through. Okay, that could help us, but unfortunately, Brimstone's nowhere close to proccing. We missed our turn with the True Fear. I think this might be the end. It's not looking good. True Fear, True Fear, True Fear, True Fear, True Fear. Get the decreased speed, but I think he's due to take a turn before Husk gets a go. Yeah. Oh, and Michinaki's eaten. No! We were so close as well. Gosh darn it, guys. Trying to come up with comps on the fly here was not good. This team is not 100%. Actually, it's not the exact team I normally use, which is part of the issue. We might as well end it here because what I want to see is how does this damage look compared to Husk. So it's on the level of a Husk. It is on the level of Husk right there. So yeah, I mean, that gives me a pretty good vibe for how good this guy is. I think he's very, very, very good for Hydra, right? In terms of his damage output, he is competing with a max HP nuker, which is very impressive. And we are being really screwed over. Let me try one more time with no True Fear. Let's try one more time and let's see. Let's forget about it. Forget about Godseeker. Let's bring in Rector. It's be so much easier with a Duchess. But obviously we don't have a Duchess, or Sifi would make it nice as well. But c'est la vie. Again, we're just going in full auto, really. Full auto. Yep, that seems good to me. Let's do it. Let's go full auto. And we'll just see what it looks like in the end. But no, honestly, the impression so far, this guy's got great utility. We are being kind of lazy, doing it full auto. But yeah, I'm thinking he's really good. He seems just really, really good. Bringing you consistent decreased defense, consistent enough decreased attack, the Hex, stripping off those buffs. The HP burn is very strong. So yeah, this has been very impressive so far. We need to target this head. There we go. Right, I'll leave that on auto. We'll just target the heads as we go, and I'll see it probably just at the end of this run. You've seen basically everything there is to see, I think, at this point, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, probably the final team we're going to attempt. I did do a Rector Drath run, and we died at 33 million. A little bit depressing. Something like that. Anyway, I can't remember. I've lost track. I can't remember if I showed it to you or not. We got close to a 1 key, but we didn't. So we've really mixed up the team here. The tricky thing with this team is keeping Nekmothar alive. Because he outruns the ally protection from Krisk, and he can't resist the heal reduction. So he's getting like heal reduction from Head of Decay, and it sort of builds up. But with this team, what we should really see, I think, especially is with this Head of Torment, should give us just so much damage. Because with Nekmothar in the lead, he's doing out all these AoE attacks every single turn. Then he gets True Fear, it gets cleansed. Inquisitor Shamael comes in, boosts his turn meter. But like every time Nekmothar does an AoE, it's that 50-50 for our boy Michinaki to join in. And Nekmothar now, when again Head of Torment is in, should be firing off his attack so frequently. We should really be building up burns on a lot of people. We've actually done 20 million damage in 43 turns. This team is fairly gear intensive, like I said, to keep Nekmothar alive, because if he dies, we've no res, right? So we could have, like, Inquisitor Shamael literally did almost nothing until this point when the Head of Torment spawned in. He wasn't in the starting rotation, so we could bring in, like, you know, a Duchess or someone with Perfect Fail, just any reviver. You could just bring in, like, a Godseeker would probably work as well. But you can see, like, we're really, really starting to slam the damage right now. Okay, Head of Wrath, that's probably okay. Yeah, because we don't have heal reduction out. So, like, and we've got lots of decreased attack. We've got increased defense. So, yeah, you know what? We should probably be okay. We will target this head that's eaten someone here. It's the second time someone has been eaten. There's the dire whorl. Absolutely lovely. We take a lot of damage of this comp from Head of Blight. We don't have decreased accuracy. So we're just getting poisons for days. People are getting poisoned for days, which is a little bit rough. In fact, let's try kill off Blight, shall we? Let's see if we can get rid of him. Because he's quite nasty. The poisons do a ton, and there's not much we can do about it. We do have lots of healing from Archbishop here, Pinthroy, doing work. And this head should die. He should die really quick as well because we've got so many burns. But yeah, there we go. We're healing up with the leech. Thank you, Nekmothar, showing us the leech. There's our guy going in with an extra counterattack. I love it. There's another burn. I love it. We've been provoked. That's okay. It's just more chances for burns. Hopefully we get Ally Protect up before Head of Wrath explodes. It's not looking super like... Nope, it's not going to happen. Ooh, that hurt. But we're still alive. The decreased attack was out. We've got so many sources of decreased attack with this team. Yeah, all right. I'll be back. You see how this one works. It looks solid. I'm just a bit worried that we could just die at any moment, of course. But we'll see if this is the one key. Probably the last team will try. So let's hope. And I'll be right back. All right, and there we go, guys. Well, let me tell you, that comp did really well. We did double the damage that we needed here on Nightmare. I actually made a mistake of stepping in and manualing some of it, but other than that, apart from the part where I was recording and talking and I was controlling it, I did leave them on full auto, and you can see, like, Michinaki, absolutely incredible. I will point out, I will be honest, Husk died at around about 30 million. He died, and the team just kept going. It just kept going. The damage output from this guy is super impressive. And like, Husk died, he did not, right? He is very tanky. He's very survivable. This is a great champion. Through and through, this is a great, great champion. Yeah, the damage is there. The utility is also fantastic. He basically has an AoE HP burn, effectively, through his passive and his A1. It's not far off of that. With the decreased defense, decreased attack, which is overkill but useful. Hex, stripping their buffs. This guy, really good champion. We might try him out again without some of these champs. But there you go, 68 mil with that guy. Very, very impressive. Did someone else run him? Yeah, here we go. 62 million right here. And again, you can see really, really impressive performance once again. And that's even with another Hex champion in there, which is like, you know... I think he's really good. I think he's really good. To show you quickly the builds I used on that final team. Krisk is like this and like this. Who else do we have in there? We had Michinaki. I do think he'd probably be best in Relentless. I just didn't have a good Relentless set. Relentless, he'd go even more nuts, but he's very solid as he is. In that particular team, I think I could have stuck in a Brogni. That would have been fine. I also realized that I think part of why this team didn't work is that she was also missing some gear, so she was slower and less tanky than she should have been. Oops. Ah, well. That's life. You forget. It's the test server. You're always messing with stuff. Archbishop, he is like this and like this. Who else was in there? We had... who else was it? I'm so tired now. Wasn't paying attention. Husk was like this and this. We had Nekmothar, of course, MVP. Such a good champion. He's in the vault. That's not Nekmothar, it's a chicken. Here we go. There wasn't anyone else in the vault in here, was there? Nekmo, taunting, and this. And yeah, then we had our Shamail in here as well. He might be in the vault. No, he's down here. Good. He had this and this. So there you go. Boom. That was the team. Quick look at the gear. That was able to one key it, but we tried him in a couple of different teams. I just think this guy's very flexible, just a really good Hydra champion. If you do pull him, you're almost definitely going to be using him in one of your Hydra teams. He brings so much counter ally attacking, burning, AoE hex, buff strip, decreased defense, decreased attack. The damage is there. Nightmare Hydra, he was doing as much, if not more damage than the max HP nukers like Husk and Royal Guard. He'd be very similar to Geomancer, I think, as well in terms of damage. He's on that level, but he's bringing a ton of utility as well. So yeah, very impressed. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.